Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you notice any mess in the background, you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on the wrong things. So the moment you notice any mess, just look at me. Eh? Look at me. I am the main thing we're focusing on. So today I want to do like a chit chat. Get ready with me. And I don't like this hairstyle. My hair is very poofy. It doesn't hold blow dry as well as it used to. So let me try putting the headband on. I'll show you products. I don't know if you care. And I'm not a professional makeup artist. This is just what I do with the products I have and the money. With the products I have and the knowledge I have as an apprentice. Um, and by apprentice, it's not that I go to like an official sort of school or something. I just learn from the internet. So all the makeup artists, all the chit chat get ready with me as I watch. I feel like that's where I got my knowledge from. All this to say, I'm not doing anything complicated, and I don't even know if it's necessary to show you the products I'm using. So we start. I had already washed my face because it's around 3 p.m. right now. So I'd already washed my face in the morning and moisturizer and sunscreen. And since I'm not necessarily going anywhere, I don't feel the need to redo the process again. So we start with primer. Fit Me Maybelline, luminous and smooth, despite the fact that I have oily skin. It also has SPF, so that helps. Although it's SPF 20, and I don't think SPF 20 has that much effect on sunburn. But yeah, it's a good thing I have sunscreen as well. So this is just, I use it as a primer, not necessarily as SPF. This shade is a perfect match. Maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I'm just meant to ramble. Because when we were doing exams or during exam period, I was really stressed and I just felt the urge to beat my face. Like I just wanted to beat my face and I just didn't have the time. I wasn't going anywhere. I rarely am, by the way, when I'm beating my face. Sikwangi nikienda mahali. And then when I'm going somewhere, I just don't have the time or I'm too busy or yeah. So I mostly do makeup for practice. Now sometimes I can decide to show up and show out, but it's not something I do regularly. So most of the times I just use the brush to spread the product, and then I use the beauty sponges to finilia. I feel like I'm so tired. I'm so tired of exams now. My friend was telling me how she wishes that we had. Oh, today is the last day of my paper. Like I've just finished my paper a few minutes ago. Let me check. Um, it's now 3:58. I started my paper at 2:56. Can we call it a paper really? It's orals. So I started at 2:56 and it lasted 7 minutes. So I finished at 3:04, 3:02. Hiyo hesabu usini stress. Yeah, so that's what I was doing today. And yeah, I feel like this doesn't look nice. But I know we are not trying to look nice. I just need something to put my hair away. There we go. I wouldn't say this foundation is like full coverage, but inasaidia kidogo, tuseme hivyo. Yeah, so I was doing, like my last paper was an hour ago. It was orals. And coincidentally, I got like the lecturer I usually get all the time. Yeah. I feel like the mirror should be on this side because it's closer to the camera. The other times, she's always asked like just one question or two questions max. Like it's never an intense thing. It's just, like I would say very easy questions. But then today, me, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to change the system. Because I feel like even the questions, the way they were asking, it was very, they were like, they know these people. They were basing them on the fact that we've done pathology. So it even started like a patho question because she was asking, um, so you traveled to Western and then you came back and you found that um, you had fever, chills, and fever, chills, and
Painful joints.
what do you think? What disease do you think that will be? As a pharmacology lecturer, what business do you have asking me that question? Can you just leave pathology to be pathology? It's already stressful enough. Why would you bring it up in another unit? You know. But anyway, I was like, oh, malaria. And then she asked me to classify anti-malarial drugs. As if that wasn't enough, she asked me for adverse effects of quinine. And then she asked me about drugs that cause hypoglycemia. She asked me to classify oral antidiabetic drugs, all in 7 minutes. I don't even think we finished the 7 minutes. So you tell me how that paper was. I'm just hoping, like, I just passed. Me nimechoka na pharmacology. There's no way I can be doing it for this long, and it's still not making sense. Can you just, yeah. I'm just really hoping for the best, and yeah, I'm a bit anxious actually because I wouldn't say the SAQs were bad. Like, even when I was revising, I really wanted to pass the SAQs because MCQs are very, as much as they had the higher percentage, they can be very random. But you know, with SAQs, as long as you know um, the basics, I'd say, like you need to know the classifications, then you're good. You know, classifications of drugs, like go over SAQ questions. Because, okay, they do repeat some. Did they repeat this time? I don't feel like they did. But, like, I was banking on SAQs, yeah? Because SAQs were 28%, MCQs were, um, MCQs were 57%, and then orals 14%. So you see, like the huge chunk is on MCQs, but you really can't predict what will come. You know, with SAQs, you sort of expect that you'll get some adverse effects for drugs. You'll be told to classify something. Yeah, and that's pretty much what was there. And so I really focused my energy on excelling in SAQs because I felt like MCQs, we used to have regular discussions. So we'd ona sifaki makeup. So let me just finish. So we'd have discussions where we discuss multiple choice questions, and I feel like those ones were the tricky ones because you might think you got something correct, but in real sense you didn't. You aren't even close because it requires like it's not just a direct thing. Then I feel like they're just trickier because they require application. And yeah, so I felt like I couldn't bank on that 57%. So I needed to make sure that at least for SAQs, I get 20%. So legit, when I was going into the exam room, I had already calculated. And I hope this doesn't bite me in the ass because I'll feel so bad. But I had already calculated the percentage I require for. So I wanted 20%. And I knew that was 70 out of 100. So when I was going into the exam room, legit, I was counting the marks that I'm sure. Because again, with SAQs, at least you can be sure that this is correct. If you tell me to classify something, I know these ones are there. And yeah, so I feel like it was a bit better. I banked more on it than MCQs. For MCQs, I was just like, I just need half of it. If I get 50 questions, that's okay. Because now each question was like um 2 marks. Yeah. And I think they knew that because they know, like, as much as you repeat, you revise MCQs, you do all those past papers, like, they'll only repeat a certain fraction, and then the rest of it will be new questions. So luckily, did they repeat a couple? I think I saw a couple that we had already revised. Actually, I'd looked at the questions right before I went into the exam room because a few days before the exam, my exam was on Tuesday. Today is Friday. So a few days before the exam, um, I had the next thing I need to do is my eyes, and I really need to concentrate for that. So let me just continue talking. So a few days before the exam, um, I can't even remember what. Oh, I had gotten a breakdown because, see, we had been discussing past paper questions in the group. Yeah, like we'd been having group discussions, and we had been discussing past papers. Then, like for MCQs are multiple choice questions. Then on a random day, I decided, oh, you know what? Let me just go through one of the past papers we did, the one that doesn't have answers. Let me just go through it and try and answer it and see how many I'll get. Hey, woo! Do you know I couldn't remember? And this was now a few days to the exam. So I was just like, what do you mean? Are you trying to tell me that? So all this work that we've been doing, these discussions, if I don't remember them, then what am I doing? That means MCQs, I have nothing. And I can't even start at going through all the MCQs again. Hey, I was just panicking and crying. There was nothing else. Wow, there was nothing else to do. And then my anxiety just went through the roof. And yeah, I don't know. Like eventually, I was just okay. I talked to my therapist. Um, yeah, and I went back to my books. I went to last paper. I decided I wouldn't do that again. That's stressing myself out. I'd rather just go to the questions which have the answers and answer them. Like go through them, like reading notes, sort of. Cause I was just like, what's the point? I don't remember. We did this paper a few days ago, 1 week ago, and now when I'm trying to do it, I can't remember. Okay, to be fair, like when we did it in one afternoon. So within 2 hours, we had done 50 questions. And you see, it's not at the, you will know everything. Like, yeah, so it was a bit fast, but still, I was very anxious after that. And it was a bit scary for me because now I'm just like, Kwani. So I was like, anyway, MCQs, I can't really bank on them. Yes, there are the things that are repeated, like you can see multiple questions of something, and you see the more you are exposed to a certain question, the more you discuss it. So, like, there were a lot of questions on which one is an alpha adrenoceptor. So we knew the ones which had both, they had dual function on beta blockers and alpha, oh, not beta blockers, beta receptors. And alpha receptors. So, like something like that, of course, I could remember and I'd be able to answer correctly. But now the questions that were very unique, that were just coming, like, I don't know, maybe it was just that one question about that topic. Now, those ones are a bit tricky because, again, it's not direct questions, it's more of like reasoning or, trying to find the loophole, such a thing. So, yeah. And I feel like pharmacology in itself is quite wide. Like, you can't remember everything. Hadi, you can't remember everything. So, yeah. Um, mm, I don't know what I want to do with my eyes. I think I'll match it with my top. I might take some photos today. So let me start on that. But me, I'm just happy it's over. I am so so happy it's over. Imetuondokea tu hivyo. But it's been tough. It's been really tough. And I'm just happy it's over. Mommy, it's over. Hiyo advert ilikuwa ya? Ilikuwa Dettol. I think so. I was thinking sometime back about the things that I want to achieve and how I feel like I'm the one who's blocking myself from them. There are goals I've had. At least there's some things I'm sure of in my life. There are things I want to try, and there are things I want to do. Of course, first, including YouTube. And I'm so glad that I started this. But there's so many other things that I've wanted to do, and for some reason, I kept the burden of responsibility on someone else. Who that person is, I don't know. Even me, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what I was waiting for. Like I was just waiting for something. Um, I was waiting for things to happen without taking action, and I don't know how I expected that to work, but that's what was happening. And so right now, I feel like I want to take more initiative to just give myself the life that I want. And I feel like this clicked in when I saw a tweet. I'll put it here. When I saw that tweet, and I was like, and then I just asked myself, like, Lynn, what's stopping you? Because you're missing all these people who can help you get these opportunities, like people who are like minded. But what do you have to show for it? Because I'm saying, oh, I want to have social media as a passive income source. I want to do modeling, but nowadays, especially with recruitment, you have to have something on social media. You have to be able to show what you've been doing before they even hire you. You have to show that, I'm the person for this job. So, because there's a model I got to interact with a few months ago, and she was like, "Oh, I saw your page, nani nini nini," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to get into modeling, blah blah blah." Actually, after I told her that, that's when she was like, "Oh, I saw your page, nani nini nini," and then I was like, "Am I even proud of my page for you to see it? And is it something that you would look at and be like, actually, I could call this girl if there's a modeling opportunity, no?" So I think I decided to be more proactive. Like I want to be more proactive on everything, like everything that I've decided to give myself. Like I want to stop being um passive about my goals. I used the wrong brush. Okay. I want to stop being passive about my goals and just take a more proactive approach. Yeah. So right now I'm just trying to, and I think it's also making me a bit um I'm feeling a bit like I want to just sit by myself and try and figure it out by myself. Like I know I can get help from people, but I'm just finding myself more reflective about the life I want and the life I want to give myself and how I can use the current circumstances I have to give that to myself. Because I have big dreams, I really do, and I don't think I'm taking them seriously. I don't know what I was waiting for, but I was waiting for something, and now I'm realizing the something is me. The person that needs to take action is me. So I should just stop wasting time and get on with it. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that and just seeing what the future will bring. Do you guys discuss conflict with your friends? Like, or how do you go about like conflict? Your friend did something you didn't like. How do you approach them? Like, are you like, oh hi, you did this and this, ama unakanyagia and you forgive them without even telling them, ama you forgive them and tell them. Yeah, so how do you deal with conflict in friendships? Do you tell them afterwards? Do you I didn't even do my bros. That's how long it's been since I did this. Since I beat my face. I think the last time was when I was going for a wedding on, did I even beat my face? A wedding in July. July, because I was so overdressed, I remember. Yeah, you saw it in the other vlog in August. In August, yeah, that wedding. That's the last time I beat my face. It's now a whole month later, give or take. Yeah, so just tell me, how do you guys deal with conflicts in friendships? Have you had an instance where like a friendship had to end because of like conflicts? Like you just, my enemies shall not prosper. Hey, these enemies have hands. Can we behave? Better, much better. You can't even see the color I've put. Hmm. But this is like my go-to makeup look. I feel like it works with my skin tone. And it just looks nice. So Ebu, tell me in the comments how you guys deal with conflict in friendship, and also do you discuss like boundaries beforehand, or at what point do you tell your friends that, oh, I don't like this about this, or oh, you did this and I didn't like it, I'd prefer if you do it this other way. Like, is it like on a discovery basis where you discover something and then you're like, oh, actually I don't like that you did this, I'd much appreciate if you did this other thing instead? Or do you come from the get go and you're like, but that would be weird. I don't know if anyone does that. But if you do, just let me know. Yeah. If you tell them like beforehand, you know me, I don't like this and I don't like this and I don't like this. And also what informs your decision for you to know, actually, I think it's time for me to tell this person that I don't like this. I think it just has to happen that way because I'm trying to be more intentional with my friendships. Oh, now you can see the color a bit better. I'm trying to be more intentional with my friendships and to just navigate things in a healthy manner, which is a bit new for me. I don't know how these things are done. Put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can touch my hand, you can touch my something if you could. I look fly, I look too good. I feel a bit iffy about associating myself with like med school on YouTube, which is a bit weird because I think the reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel is because I kept looking. When I joined med school, when I was about to join med school, so when I got my letter, so when I got that, the first thing I did was I wanted to see if I can know what to expect on YouTube. And I looked far and wide, and most medical related courses, like there were no YouTube videos. Like I wanted to follow. Sorry, I'm taking so long to get to the point. But like I wanted to get a medical student who's a YouTuber as well, so that I can just see what happens day to day. Because yeah, I knew everyone knows medicine is hard, but like what makes it hard? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted the tea on that, and so I couldn't get any YouTubers. There was only one. The people would say they're medical students, and then you go and find out they're in med lab or something like that. Like it wasn't med student. The only ones I found were Dr. Blasts, and they're okay. They stopped creating because right now they're practicing. I follow them both on. I follow them both on their socials on IG, and even Dr. Mokera got started a YouTube channel. So that's the only channel I found. And also, it was starting from I think when they were in fourth year. So already, like, and that's clinicals. It's not because as we're in pre-clinical. So how med school is divided is you have the preclinicals, first year, second year, where you're mostly doing the basics, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Before now you go to like clinicals. Clinicals is going to the hospital, going to the wards, the clinics, and yeah, interacting with patients. So before that, you have to get some basis on the sciences, the biological sciences. And so I didn't have any insight on that because I was struggling. I'm telling you, I had such big dreams. And then I joined med school, and in first year I just struggled so much. The pass mark was 50, and you know when you're told the pass mark is 50 when you're joining, like in your orientation, you don't think much of it because you're used to getting way more than 50. You know, like you're a student, you're the creme de la creme. And so I thought it wouldn't be hard, honestly. Cause watu wanakuaminia, you know, umeshtua kijiji and everyone knows when ndio ule msee. Like, you can't, I don't know, like, I think you feel very invincible when you have been a good performer throughout, like, your whole life. And then, you know, like, things have been working out in that sense. Like, you go to the high school you wanted, you go to now the course you wanted for me, and then all of a sudden you join med school, this prestigious course that everyone is just amazed that you got in. You know, you're going to be the first doctor in your family, and it's very exciting to, I don't know, your show who's a nurse, because she's like, oh, she's joining the profession, or who was a nurse, she's definitely not practicing now. You know, like it's just happiness, happiness, happiness. But then you're the one who's doing the work. Of course, you're the one who's doing the work. And maybe niliingia med school and I was just like, what? What is going on? I'm expected to know all this. And it's not just this unit. There's also the other unit. So in first year we had ICT. ICT was, I honestly don't know why we did it, but we did ICT. We had biochemistry, we had behavioral sciences, which is like psychology baby, like the basics of psychology sort of. And we had did I say anatomy? Which ones did I say? Okay, we had ICT for the first semester only. The next semester we didn't have it. Oh, most of the units in med school they go through the whole year. So we had anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, behavioral sciences, and then ICT for one semester only. So I was just struggling. So behavioral sciences, it was an online thing, self-taught. So you have the notes there. I don't think there were recordings, but there were notes. So you read the notes and then you do exams. Yeah, like no one is teaching you. You don't even know your lecturers at all. Then for the rest, now you had like proper classes for anatomy. Oh, for all the rest, you had labs. Yeah, so we had labs, practicals, and we also had now classes where you're being taught. Um, yeah, and now the cards, the exams. But I was just like, wait, because you know when you join, you're told certain things. You know, people are like, oh yeah, anatomy is wide, but it's very easy to understand. Biochemistry is a bit difficult. But me, I was like, I simi nilikuwa chepewa chemistry. So what do you mean? That would be my favorite. That was my goal. But chemistry was my favorite unit na ndio itakuwa ikiniboostia marks. Ndio itakuwa ikiniboostia marks. Hey!
Oh my god, oh my god.
Where? That's not how it happened. I was just struggling. Like I was just struggling through everything and I was even wondering, is this what I want to do? Yeah, 50% ukipata unafurahia. Hey, even that easy unit, behavioral science. For me, I'm back. So I was talking about how, like, even behavioral science, the one that was supposed to be easy, for me, I still struggled with it. Nilikuwa napata hiyo 60, meanwhile other people are getting 90s, people are getting 70s in anatomy, and I'm just like, how? Give me the secret. Because for me, at that point, it wasn't about just passing. I still wanted to get my 90s. I still wanted to get my 80s. So what are you talking about? I have a 63. Or like, I don't know, 55. I can't remember my marks, but I remember they were not something. I could see the 70s. Like the 70s impressed me because I was like, wow. Because I felt like I was just reading so much and what do you mean I'm not getting good marks? Yeah, like it didn't make sense. still doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Because what do you mean? Like, is a max in National or Pipasi? Like, if this is not it, then what else? So yeah, like it was very stressful, like throughout. So I was looking for just someone who's been through it to help me out because I think I just like knowing what to expect, and yeah, I didn't really know anyone who was in med school that I felt close enough to ask them. Okay, I'd ask, and they'd say like they'd give very vague answers. Like it's hard, but it's manageable. Do this other thing. I applied to get a mentor and I got one, and she was very helpful. I remember at some point she wanted us to even like go through questions together, and I was just like, wow. But I was not that committed, and yeah. So I needed to just know what to expect, honestly. Like to get someone who's been through their journey to be like to show me actually what the experience was because it felt like it was a very weird time. I feel like it was a very weird time for me. um yeah, like it was very weird. I don't know if I think it's made worse by the fact that there are so many transitions. So first of all, you're moving out of home. If your uni is far, you're not staying at home anymore. So there's a whole aspect of like you're a legal adult, so there are some things you've been wanting to do but you couldn't do them in your parents' house, and now you're more curious. And I think it was just like a whole adjustment in general, and med school didn't make it easier. um yeah, so me, I'm just happy I passed. Like first year was very hectic for me and very frustrating as well. So I'm just happy I got through that. Second year was a bit chill, like the units we are doing were very chill. We're doing immunology. What else? We still did biochemistry and physiology, but they were a bit. I don't know if it's because they made more sense, but it just felt easier at that point. And what else were we doing? We're doing pharmacology, but it didn't determine like you passing. We're only doing one cut. It was not a requirement for you to pass pharmacology for you to proceed to the next year. So it was just something they were starting us on so that the work is not a lot in that year. And then in that year, that's when the clinicals start. So you move from Chiromo. So Chiromo is where you do your preclinicals. So you move from Chiromo and you go to Kenyatta. Kenyatta National Hospital along Gong Road. And that's where you have your classes. That's where you see patients. And that's where you're based, basically. So we went there, and again, that was another transition because, first of all, I don't even know how they were putting that timetable like that. Because we used to have a class from 8 to 9 in the morning, pharmacology. And then from 9 to 11, you're expected to be in the wards, and you shouldn't be late because ward round used to start at either 8:30 or 9. And then after that, then you have another class at 11 to 1. So I don't know how they expected us to work that out because the classes were online. Yeah, this is now post pandemic. So the classes were online. It's not physical anymore, at least for the major part. The classes are online. So for me, it just felt like it was very like, how do you expect me to attend that 8 a.m. class and also show up for Ninis on time? So it meant that I had to either be in school or around the vicinity for me to attend that class. Mind you, the library, it used to open at 8. It used to open at 8. So it's open, yeah. You can be that. You can decide to, I don't know, leave your place at 7:30 because I used to be quite far. So you leave your place at 5:30, at 7:30 for you to get there at 8. Attend the online class there. So you need to carry your books. And then again, you didn't have a place to put your bags as you go to the wards. So you carry your heavy books, your heavy books in the ward, unless you live in a hostel, so you can leave your bags there. But for us, we used to come from far, like it was just chaotic. I felt like it was very chaotic, and I used to show up to school at 9. So the last part of the 8 a.m. class, I used to listen as I'm walking to school. Yeah, so I used to attend that class as I'm walking to school, and then that year again, it's another transition because you're in a new environment. You're getting lost in the words. You're trying to learn how to clerk, and for me, I really enjoyed clerking. Yeah, I was like, finally, we're doing something now, medicine related. Like we're not doing minis anymore. We're not doing biochemistry anymore. Oh, we're not doing biochemistry anymore. We're not doing physiology. Like it's just we are getting to the part where it's actually medicine. Like you're doing the same thing as doctors, only that you're very ill-equipped with knowledge, or at least you're not yet there, you know. But you're starting that process, so that was very exciting for me. And I used to love clerking. I used to love, what I love about like the clinical part of medicine is that you get to, because I love puzzles, and I feel like you get to solve a puzzle. So this person is telling you, oh, I have headaches, and I don't know, my feet are swollen, and this happened, and this happened. And then you're done to be like, oh, I think that is this, or that is this other thing. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I'm the one who holds the power, like, to solve the puzzle. I'm like, that's so cool. And I feel like that's the part that attracted me to medicine. So struggling through the theory papers, I think, was a bit of a given. I didn't realize it at the time, but now I can see why I struggled so much, and I still do struggle so much with, um, putting the information in my head in the first place for me to be able to now solve the puzzle. Yeah, but like the idea came and went, and I got my supplementary in pharmacology, and I had to retake the unit since I didn't pass the supplementary. And so, yeah, so I started the retake year. It was supposed to start in November, but I joined in December. And another thing that happened now that was very shocking for me and it threw me a bit off guard, yeah, is that I had to do another unit. As much as I had only failed pharmacology, there was a change in the curriculum such that the third years are now doing a unit that used to be for fourth years. So I joined a group that was the first to do the new curriculum. So I was doing 2 units. I was expecting, like, I was supposed to do one, like the one that I had failed. But now, because of the change in curriculum, I was doing another unit as well. And it's not a cheap unit. Again, struggle. I just feel like medicine is just a fight to survive. And I think that's all the more reason to focus more on other things, because I feel like other things give me sanity. Like, if I decide to just do school only, it can get depressing. And I know for most people, I think it will work the opposite way, such that if something is really stressful, you need to focus more on it. But for me, I need like a release. And that's why I feel like this channel is necessary, because I feel like the more I have more things to release my creativity into, then I won't feel like medicine is taking over my life, because that's what it feels like. And it's not a tea, it's consuming my life, and I'm exhaling. It's consuming my life, and I'm barely surviving, like I'm getting 60, 50, 55. Like, it's not as I'm getting 90s. If it drains me so much and I'm also getting academic validation, fine, well and good, then I can decide to, you know what, I'm getting the 90s, I don't know, get a scholarship or something. But the fact that it's consuming my life and I'm still not getting anything out of it, I was just like, Because like there's so many things I wanted to do. Actually, I think immediately after high school, I wanted to do. I did French for a bit, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll also do French while I'm still in med school. No, I couldn't. How? At I will do evening classes. I had big dreams. I'm telling you, I had big dreams. Hey, but that wasn't possible. Like it just consumes you, and you're just like, I just need to focus on it more. But I think what works for me is having something else. I think just having something, having a reason to live, and having medicine as well. Because medicine can really drain you. I'm even questioning whether I want to practice per se, although I know practicing is a whole different ball game. So I'm not yet to cancel it out completely. But I'm just like, the way medicine is set up, like it's not set up for the baby girl lifestyle that I want. So as much as I'm going to put all my energy in medicine, like I'm not saying that medicine will take the back burner, but I want to do more with my life. Like I don't want it to just be the suffering and trying to just breathe. Like I need to have other things that bring me joy, basically. Yeah. So, well, history really answered. So I was just trying to talk about like how I felt like I needed to see someone experiencing all this for me to be like, you know what, it's okay. You know, like they got through it. This was how their life was looking like. And so I wanted to fill that gap because there was a very huge gap in medicine. Like there's nothing med content related, at least in the Kenyan scene. There are so many people in the States. And I used to even follow one religiously. I can't remember her name. Okay, I tried remembering, but the name is just escaping me. But she used to call us Ant Farm. And she was very tall and she used to be like a gym rat, sort of. Yeah, that's all I remember. She had, was her hair blonde? It wasn't, yeah, I think she had blonde hair. Or like highlights. She had blonde highlights. And yeah, she was white in the US. And I remember she was 26 at the time. I can't remember anything else. I don't think I subscribed. I was just watching her videos to just see what med school is like. But you see, like the system is so different because for them they have to do like undergraduate and then medicine is sort of like a master's degree. So like it's a whole different dynamic. They are different age group. They've already adjusted to adulting. Because me I felt like medicine is a rude shock, yes, but adulting is as well. Just being responsible. Being responsible for yourself is not fun. So yeah, I felt like it was different in that way. So the reason I wanted to start this channel was because of that, to fill that gap and to be the person that I needed at that time. And that's why I've been saying that I will start for so long and I didn't. And now I'm basically the same thing as the Dr. Blast who started in fourth year because I'm on my holiday before I joined fourth year. So it's just like there's still that gap in preclinicals. But if need arises, I can talk about um, how my preclinicals were. And yeah, in other videos. But I was saying, yeah, I feel a bit iffy about titling my channel to be like life of a med student or med student on holiday. I don't know. I feel like it will box me a bit too much. And it will also gain traction in the medical school community. And the thing with that is, I know that's what I wanted. I know it's weird. But the thing with that is that it will give me pressure. And I don't want pressure. Because for me, YouTube is a long term thing. Like, it's not something I'm thinking of stopping at a certain age. Like, it will just be there all my life. I don't know, like, any other future plans, but I plan this to be something that's a constant. And so I feel like prematurely exposing it to a lot of criticism, maybe not the right people who certain will have certain preconceived notions about what I'm supposed to be as a med student or whatever. Like, I don't like being put on a box. I don't like being put on a pedestal. Like, it's just like, it's too much. I am human. See me as I am. Someone was telling me, oh, you should tag it as, life of a med student or something. And I was just like, I get what you're saying. And I guess that it will, create that niche for me, which is very important if you want to grow your page. But I'm feeling a bit iffy. I'm feeling like it's my baby still. Like it needs to akuwekwe mkubwa kidogo, then tunaweza toka nje tumuonyeshe, while when I have strong a strong foundation, because I don't want to stop, so I feel like for now I want it to be very sort of low key. It's not something I'm shouting to everyone. Like, I think I only shout on my Instagram. By the way, this is my Instagram page. But now, if you're watching this, you probably saw it from Instagram. Like, that's why I market it. I don't share it on my WhatsApp stories. So none of my classmates know, because most of them don't have my IG. Like, the ones who have a very few, and most of them are my friends. So for them, it's not a big deal because I've talked to them about it and they already know me. So there's no boxing there. Like, they know who I am. But now, I'm shy. That's what I'm evil. I'm just shy. That's what it is. Long and short, I'm shy. I'm not ready for it to. I want it to grow, but I'm like, can it grow in another way? Hmm? Can it just grow in another way? Can you notice the blush? One thing I'm enjoying doing is using eyeshadow on my lips, especially when I use just gloss. Actually, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'm not doing the dark lipstick. Sorry. Sorry, babes. I'm not doing that. So I have lip gloss. I forgot to show you products. Mkitaka mniambie nitawaambia kwa comment section. So what I usually do, I put some mafuta, either lip balm or like petroleum jelly, something. Then I put like a glittery shade. So it will give your lips color without necessarily having, I don't know, 1001 shades of lip gloss. You can have variety on low budget, basically. I really need to hurry because my storage is running low. For the top lip, I line most of it in black, except just the center. Lip gloss. Again, you can't really spread it because it's a haribu your foundation. Needs to look. I like it when like hair is away from my face, and I don't know if I like this whole afro situation. But imagine I did a full blow dry Saturday. On Saturday, and now this is my hair. Okay, yes, the comb can still pass through it, but my hair just has high affinity to shrinkage. But this is a final look. I don't know how to style it, but you'll see the final look. Yeah, you'll see what I decide on. If you follow my IG page, if you follow my IG, you'll see the final look because I'll post these photos. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my rambles. Do feel free to share this video. I hope you've already subscribed. Please like this video and comment down below. All right, bye.